Hi everyone, Juniper here. So hopefully this stays in focus. I'm trying to do this so I can see my camera, but at the same time I can't. So I am sorry to say this is not a plan with me video. I'm sure you figured that out from the title. I felt really pressured with my March plan with me, and rather than do that again, I thought that what I would try is just kind of do like a flip through. So what I'm first going to do is flip through my completed March, and then I will show you how I decided to set up April. So let me figure out where I need to start here. Right here. Okay, so first things first, March was the first month I used my Nuuna Notebook. I was struggling, and I was actually starting to think of switching to a new book. However, I decided not to, since I did find a system that worked for me, so I will get into that as I go. But let's get into it. So first things first, I did use my expense log a little bit more this month because I was spending some extra money. I did, however, not include this in April. I realized I just wasn't using it as much, so it seemed a little redundant to add it if I wasn't using it like I thought I would. It's just space I thought I could use for something else. There isn't really much to say. I mean, my no spend tracker looks pretty, always looks pretty. So my mood tracker, I really love how my mood tracker turned out. This was definitely one of my favorite trackers I have ever done. It gave me a chance to practice doodling every day. One of the questions I got asked the most frequently was how I keep track of my days. Now, I bullet journal every single day, so I don't miss anything. Some people, however, don't, and that's perfectly fine. Everyone has their own system. What you could do if you like this idea is write the numbers next to the flowers, or if you forget, like I did a couple times, just count. I mean, that's what I did. I normally was only like a day off sometimes, so it went pretty well. I really like how my habit tracker turned out. It is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. I did realize very quickly that meditation was not something I needed on this tracker. I didn't meditate like I thought I would. It just kind of seemed to take up some space I could use for something else. Makeup was the same. I really thought I would wear makeup more often, but I just have been finding myself as I get older to just not really wear it ever. So trying to make that a habit again just wasn't happening, so it just seemed kind of ill-placed. So these two are removed. I did actually change up my habits for April, give myself a bit of a change. So first things first, my sleep log, that's pretty basic. I have a pretty erratic sleep schedule. It looks pretty, yay. My workout tracker challenge, this was an epic fail on my part. Well, not an epic fail. I did manage to lose 4 pounds. However, I think that's mostly because I've been drinking way more water. So, yeah. I made sure to put a note that said try harder because it just didn't go well. So the red are days I didn't do anything. Orange is days I kind of meditated, which was, a fail. And green were days I was outside, which was pretty much every day this month. So I don't know why there's so much red, but yeah, no. So the first week was definitely a good, a pretty week. I like how it turned out. The first thing I noticed was that the dots were very close, so I was definitely struggling a little bit trying to figure out how I could, use it with it being the size it was. Because it was a half week for the first part of the month, it fit on one page, and I did this dashboard, which I really liked. I have, a water tracker here and the weather and all that stuff, but it just wasn't working. By the next week of March, you can see that I was struggling really hard. I tried to bring back my time trackers because it really used to help me, and I kept to this dashboard thinking, oh, that's a great plan to keep track of things I have to do, which really isn't much. It's just making sure I work, which is the same days a week, there wasn't any reason for this really. So by Friday, I just kind of stopped doing anything. I was like, you know what, I just need to take a step back. And I'm glad I did, because I actually have my favorite spread of March for this week. So this week turned out really well. I love how it turned out. It was a great way for me to do it. I realized I had enough space to, put a gap in between each of my tasks, which made it less cramped feeling and harder to write. Like, it made it way easier for me to write. I also, this is my water tracker, which are some little stamps that I have from TPS, which were absolutely adorable. And all of these pictures that I use are either going to be from my Tumblr or Pinterest. Neither of those are linked down below. Tumblr is more just for saving pictures that I find aesthetically appealing, and my Pinterest that has definitely been linked in other places, but it's Pinterest. What can I really say about it? The next week I kept with the same style. This was really working for me, and I changed up my colors from yellows to pinks. I was really liking marigold, but I just needed a bit of a change. So this kind of eased me into more of a rainy feel, which was going to be my April theme, but that's not what happened. So I really like how it turned out. I added some Lana in here because she's really pretty, and I just kept the weather and everything. And this week I actually was able to pre-plan because I had an idea from this week how much space I would need for each day. And that brings us to currently, which is my final week of March, and I set this up wanting rain so bad. I was missing rain, and it ended up raining a good portion of the week. Actually, we had a lot of rain, a lot of gloomy days, so I was really excited about that. There was this little gap here that was a little bit depressing, but because I'm doing the Boho Berry Challenge, I might be putting that there since the first is on this week, so we'll see how that goes. And lastly, something new I decided to try, and I will definitely be linking my inspiration for this down below. I believe it was, I really don't want to say her name and get it wrong and hate myself for it because I love her and I'm blanking, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to link her down below. I will also put her handle in my video somewhere. I don't know where, it'll be here. But this is basically just something I want to do between each month, where it's either going to be kind of like a way to summarize that month for me, or just, kind of like just whatever, I don't really know how to explain it. Some of these are pictures I use throughout my spreads, and other ones are just pictures that I really found aesthetically pleasing and I just wanted to put in my journal, and I really like how this turned out. I'm not sure what to do with this gap yet, if I want to do a color palette, just leave it blank, but for now I really love how this turned out, so I'm super excited. Sorry for my random cut there. I had to start over because my phone ran out of room and I had to fix it. Okay, so now to repeat myself again for the third time. April, not the theme I wanted. I'm definitely tired of repeating myself, so I'm gonna cut this down a bit because struggle is real today. So I don't have a theme for April. It's just lavender and pastels. Cool. So I decided to keep the important dates. It was helpful. I removed my build checklist that's going to be put in here. This is just before my pen. These are just important dates, birthdays. My nose pen tracker is bigger, but self-explanatory. It's the same as always. These flowers indicate the color for each one of those, so that's my key. Next is my mood and my habit tracker. So my mood tracker is blank because I'm not sure if I want to do what I did last month or if I want to change it up. I haven't completely decided yet. And my habit tracker is the same as last month, except I changed some of the habits. So showering is, washing my hair. I just thought that was shorter. Getting dressed is where meditation used to be. There's reasons for that. My neighbors are walking by. I also added resin crafting and reading. Now, if you're curious about my resin crafting, I will include a link to my alternate Instagram. I do have more than one, so if you want to see what I'm creating, with resin, if you're curious, that'll be there. I'm not sure if I'll be doing videos or anything of that yet, but I'm just learning, so. But I really like how it turned out. I learned that drawing all these boxes makes me appreciate more what I'm doing and what I'm going to put in there. Next, and where my video cut off last time, my favorite spread I've ever made. So I've been doing really good at drinking more water. I drink bottled water, which I know a lot of people are like, why would you do that? It is a personal preference. I do recycle all my bottles. I'm very big on that, so don't worry, I'm not getting bottled water and just throwing it in the trash and saying, ooh. No, I'm recycling and all that, so don't worry. But I decided to try something different where I typed some things out and printed them, and I really like how that turned out. I think it gives it kind of like a different feel. And then over here I simplified my workout tracker because the challenge didn't work for me that well. So what I decided to do was do kind of like a health log. So I have how many bottles of water I can drink. My goal is to get at least 2 a day, but if I can make 3, yes. And then these are for my other things. So I have one for working out, yoga or, you know, stretching, one for meditation, which given last month didn't go well, we'll see. This one is for if I go outside or not, like if I walk anywhere, which is pretty often. I don't drive. And then this is a rest day, so if I don't do anything at all that day, I'm going to put that there. So like, you know, if it was lazy, just whatever. So I think this will be a good way for me to keep track. And then I also have my starting weight and finishing weight for the month. I decided not to put my goal weight in here. Right now, I think my goal is just to, you know, get healthy and try and get my weight down, not focus so much on like where I need to be and what I want to be at. But I really like how this turned out. I think it is beautiful. I had a lot of fun with this spread. And then my next one is my boho berry challenge. So I tried to do this before, but it didn't go anywhere. I'm going to try again. I'm not sure if it's going to be in this notebook or not. I've been wanting to fill up a lot of space in here because I want to have a new notebook by June because I'll be traveling, and I really want to make sure that I have a fresh blank canvas for that month in case I use more pages than I have left. So I really want to fill this up in April and May, so I'm thinking I might put my boho berry challenge in here. We'll see. I had a lot of fun with this, decorating it and making it all pretty. And then over here, I wasn't sure what to put. I was kind of debating on a doodle challenge, but I haven't been really doodling much in my book or anything like that. So I thought I would just put in this really pretty picture of some florals in a bathtub. Another thing from, I think, like Tumblr, but it was absolutely gorgeous, and I thought that it fit pretty well with my theme of kind of just the florals and stuff. And then right after that, it jumps right into my Monday and Tuesday. So something I'm doing different is I decided to try and do dailies because I want to do the boho berry challenge. I'm thinking that I will have them on each page, which is why I think it's a good thing I left maybe a little bit of a gap right here, because then I originally wanted to do like more fleshed out, but since I don't have a lot of room, I'm thinking for the first, you know, I'll just do like a little question and then I'll just kind of like go from there. So I did do the first couple days of the week. I only did until Thursday because I have a dentist appointment and I really wanted to remember that. So these are the only start I have for the week. I haven't gone too far, and I'm really hoping that going day pages will be good for me. It'll give me some more space to like decorate. If I do decide to doodle in here, I'll, you know, have room to do it. And as the days go, I know I'll decorate these more. And also, I thought this was a good idea because I normally upload a picture on Instagram at the beginning of the week and, you know, the end of the week. So essentially like 2, I guess, of like my fresh spread and then my completed spreads. So I'm thinking this will be good because then every day I can do, you know, oh, this is my clean spread for these next 2 days. And then after those 2 days, I can be like, these are it all filled in. So it'll give me a chance to use my Instagram more, I think. I'm trying to stick with the lavender, purple, pinkish theme. Did try and add some rain in there, but yeah, I really like how it turned out. I think this is definitely my favorite spread. But I am really excited to see how April goes. I mean, like I said, I didn't really have a plan when I started. It just kind of turned into what it turned into. Now, I always have pictures up on Instagram, so if you are wanting to see these in nice, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing pictures, they will be on my Instagram. I will also be doing a full post on Amino of both some of my completed spreads for March as well as my entire spread for April. So if you are not following me on Instagram or Amino, be sure to check it out. I will link to my Instagram down below. Amino is, I don't think I can actually link to my profile directly on there, but if you are on the Amino app, I am Juniper Smiles on there, so I'm pretty easy to find. So hopefully when it's up you can find me pretty easy. And if you are not a member of the group, join. It is so much fun. It is a big community. Everyone is super friendly. I love seeing the spreads. It's a lot of great inspiration. You can ask poll questions. You know, it's just a great community, and I would definitely recommend it. Yeah, so I guess that's all for now. I know I haven't been uploading much. I've been definitely pretty busy with stuff. Like, I have been working on my resin crafting and trying to get my house situated now that spring's out. I've been trying to spring clean and stuff, so I've just been really busy. I do hope to get some more stuff uploaded soon. I am working on my supplies video, getting that ready, and then I am also hopefully going to be doing some other stuff as well. We'll see how that goes. I definitely am struggling a bit. And I also am going to be doing a video soon on how my Nuuna is handling. You can already tell I've got some wear and tear here. So I thought it would be a nice little update to do soon, a video on how my Nuuna is handling with being used after so long and how I'm feeling about it after using it. My initial review was when I first got it, so I think it'll be great to do a review of it as I've been using it, so that way I can give a better opinion. But if you have any ideas for me, like if there's anything you want to see me like create or do, please let me know. You can comment or hit me up on Instagram or just whatever works for you, and I'll do my best to try and do that. I'm struggling with thinking of ideas and I'm a little inactive, so any help is appreciated. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. Any feedback you have on how I can improve is always appreciated. And I hope you guys have a great Easter and happy planning. Bye.